5 Eyewitness News presents the Cinderella Series. The magic continues as the Atlanta Braves take on the Minnesota Twins in Game 6 of the World Series.
This Eyewitness News special brought to you by Chevrolet, the cars and trucks more people depend on. By Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning. And by Mitsubishi, the word is getting around.
It is an ice-cold night in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but what a hot time potentially it could be for the Atlanta Braves. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jeff Hellinger along with Bill Hartman. And Bill, the Braves are 1 game away, 9 innings away, 27 outs from the city's first World Championship for any pro sports team.
Probably the biggest moment in Georgia sports history. You can look back at the Tokyo announcement that we had won the Olympic bid for '96. This might be bigger.
I don't have any doubt that it's bigger if you are a Braves fan. Steve Avery won 18 games in the regular season. So far in the postseason, he has thrown 3 games. He's gotten decisions in 2 of them, where he is 2-0. His ERA.
I'll tell you what, if there's a little adrenaline, I don't see how you can get tired on 3 days rest, no matter what the situation is like now. And I'm going to be ready to pitch. I got all winter to rest. I'm going to give it all I got and go as long as I can. And I've got all the confidence in the world in the bullpen if I do tire. So, I'm just going to go out there and throw as hard as I can.
And you know what? The bullpen really has been marvelous. When you look at all of the guys that Bobby Cox has been able to call on, not only in the World Series, but also the National League Championship Series that have delivered. There is the old line that pitching always beats good hitting, and if you're Bobby Cox, you have to feel good about that line because the Twins are not hitting and the Braves are throwing the ball very well.
And as Sutton said, this is a good park to pitch in. So maybe that'll be the case tonight. Now, just a few moments ago, right here outside of the Metrodome, we had a little incident that we want to show you. As you know, the Indian Nation has been protesting the fact that the Braves use the tomahawk chop and have a brave as their mascot. Well, just a few minutes ago here, it turned a little bit ugly.
Hey, shut up and take that paint off your face. Take your crap outside. I am outside.
That is not the way we would hope a night like this would begin. Randy Travis will have more on this tonight after the game. Not 11 o'clock, probably 11:30 or midnight.
I don't know where you stand on the issue of Native Americans and the tomahawk chop, but this is a country where protest is encouraged. There's nothing more American than the World Series unless it's protest, and it's a shame that anybody has to stop in the way of the Native Americans and letting them air their opinions on this. Some big winners for the Braves. Well, you go up and down the lineup. We've talked a little bit about pitching, but let's talk about what's going on offensively and defensively, and there are plenty of guys who have contributed.
On heart and God-given ability. So, I was one of the guys that seen him play through the minors, and it doesn't surprise me that he's hitting the ball right now. It really doesn't.
Mark Lemke is a real tough ball player, and I think any manager in baseball would love to have him on their side. And I don't think he's a flash in the pan by any means.
Or is it just coincidence?
I don't know. Well, I'm not that smart. Well, I know it's the same scenario setting up, so hopefully it'll play out the same way. It'll be quite a thing.
The Braves feel comfortable playing at home, just like everybody, but if you're going to say, just considering the fans, I think definitely the Metrodome's tougher because the noise, it doesn't go anywhere. And then, you have the tough roof, so it's, if you're going to compare the 2 stadiums and the crowds, I think the Metrodome's definitely tougher. If I were an opposing team coming into the Metrodome, it would really, it'd be tough.
You know what kind of ball club they got, and we all know that, so we're going to take it very seriously and, play it 1 game at a time and not look forward and to, thinking that we only got to win 1 out of 2.
And as you already know, the designated hitter will be in effect tonight. That means that Brian Hunter will be in left field and Lonnie Smith will play the role of DH, and that's just a super lineup for Bobby Cox tonight in terms of having Sid Bream, Hunter, and Lonnie Smith in the lineup.
There are a lot of fans here and a lot of fans waiting back in Atlanta to see what might happen tonight. Let's go to Ken McLeod live now at a pizza place, the Pepperoni and Onions, please, Mr. McLeod.
Well, Bill, we are here at the Chicago Pizza and Sports Arena on Buford Highway. All of these people have turned out to watch old Star Trek reruns. No, they haven't. They're here to watch Game 6 of the World Series, of course. The place is already packed. You got to like Steve Avery on the mound tonight, don't you?
Yeah, I hope he can get back his form that he had against Pittsburgh and, you know, just strap it to him. That's all he needs to do.
Are you worried about this thing if it goes to a Game 7?
No, not at all. I think the Braves are going to do it. I think tonight will be the last night.
This is it, huh? What about you? You get is the Homer Dome going to be a problem?
No, I don't think at all. I think we're going to whip their butts.
They're going to whip their butts. Okay, they're all psyched up here, Bill, as you can see. As you can see, it's a tough crowd out here tonight. Let's go back live to Jeffrey Robert Hullinger and Mr. Bill Hartman at the Metrodome.
All right, Ken, thank you very much. Jeff, I think that was the chop shop tonight in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right, at a pizza place, right?
Yeah,
that's where the chop shop belongs. When we come back, we will check in with Don Sutton, who is here, and see how he feels about tonight's pitching matchup with Steve Avery going against Scott Erickson as we continue the Cinderella Series, Game 6. Can the Braves get it done on the road? We'll come back after this timeout. We are back again. I'm Jeff Hullinger with a very dressed-up Don Sutton. I guess all of the viewer complaints finally got to you.
No, it's just that I didn't have a clean golf shirt, and when our numbers got so high, I figured with the ratings you guys are carrying, I better dress up for it.
You know what I'm really tired of? I'm tired of hearing writers, and I'm tired of hearing players answer to this question. Well, in 1987, the St. Louis Cardinals couldn't win here. What does that have to do with anything other than the World Series tie and the fact that both clubs were invincible at home?
Neither could the 27 Yankees. They didn't even play here. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I couldn't even tell you who played in the 87 World Series till you brought it up. The only thing I remember coming out of 87, 86, 85, that era, was Joaquin Andujar said you can sum it all up in one word. You never know.
That's a very nice one word, I might add. What about the Dome tonight? Is that also overplayed? I mean, has this become such a dragon, such a viper, such a monster that there is no way to slay it?
No, I don't think it is. It has yes to the first three questions, no to the last.
To sum it up in one question, right?
Yeah, I think that the Minnesota Twins are better than the KGB at perpetrating the propaganda about the Dome. They let you know how unsuccessful visiting teams have been in here, and it shouldn't be that way. The Dome should not be the story. If you're a good ball club, you have pitching, you have defense, you can hit, come in here and play it like another ballpark. It's a good park to pitch in, and I think there's nothing better to prepare a ball club to come in here and play than to have a one-game lead and to come off of a 14-5 drubbing in your own ballpark.
Scott Erickson will start against Steve Avery tonight. Erickson is being touted as sort of a John Smiley type, that people are concerned about him. If he has problems early, that's a big problem, but if he can get through it, he should be all right.
Well, I also think that it's a well-kept secret that he's hurting some, too. He is not 100% physically. The word I have is that his forearm is bothering him, and he really never did recover when he was on the disabled list, and that's causing him to be about 6 or 7 miles an hour short on his fastball. He doesn't have the stuff he had the first half of the year. He's an emotional guy. You can rattle him, and with all of this on his shoulders, a run or two early on just might get into that bullpen, and I think could start up the batting practice again.
Sum it up in one word, Braves or Twins?
I think it's going to be the Braves, and I think it's going to be tonight. The Braves have the right guy on the mound. He doesn't know he's in a big ball game, and if you want a guy out there to dispel all of the garbage that's going on about the ballpark, send Steve Avery. He'll take care of it. He's asleep upstairs right now.
All right, Don, I'm awake. I'm not asleep. When we come back, an artistic look at baseball. Thank you, Don.